Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, yeah. Old dirty Ghana boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming. Whoa, yeah. Old dirty Ghana boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming. Slapping away granny and pitney with impunity, like you are God Almighty. But that's not so. Oh no. I hope when your time comes, they show you no pity. Murder you just like you murder people on the street every day. Old dirty Ghana boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming. Whoa, yeah. Old dirty Ghana boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming.
Ring the alarm, another youth gone. Open up the scriptures, make we chant another psalm. Them dirty boy and not come. Them a worship fire. Killing all the baby we just born. Another song of tribulation. I come to sing too much bloodshed. Bloodshed on the rhythm. Them glorifying the gun thing. I teach the youth them gun sling. See another bother balling. We are one them.
Old dirty Ghana boy.
On the spot, news media. We got the latest news. We don't care about the views. We just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right. Y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what gwan. A blessed and wonderful Friday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, to the name of Friday, the day when Mr. Smile upon some of the ones and ones them pocket. So whilst out there traversing these streets from Moran Point to Negril Point, safe travel, pon the gravel, and continuously look out on the corner yai Kazwa, the old dirty corner boy them, always out there. And lurks, yeah man. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to kick it off with a much needed update. As you all saw and heard, the old Dirty Corner Boy anthem rang out just before the On The Spot News Media intro. So that just simplifies that another criminal element, another old Dirty Corner Boy, kick the bucket. Yeah, man. So the criminal element in question is this old dirty corner boy, presently on your screen identified as Tyrese Brown, one of the 5 criminal elements who escaped from the Barnett Street police station in St. James on Saturday, December 14th. So he was fatally taken out in a knockings and clappings with him and the squad of them. Yeah, man. Him lose him 3 points, same place in a Barn Parish in a Trelawney. So this criminal element here was charged for the brutal and horrific loss of life of this 15-year-old girl at the time when she met her demise, identified as Jamelia Cole. So this is one of the criminal elements that was charged for the brutal attack on this 15-year-old and the eventual loss of life of this said 15-year-old. And just also to note, my peeps, a hold on and take type of situation did also go on, where this big old dirty crusty back man force himself inside of this innocent child and then took her life. Boy, may I tell you, it's rough. So he's no longer among the land of the living. Well, on the Spot News Media can most definitely safely say justice was served. Yeah, man. So watch your snow, my peeps. We're going to move right on into this morning's main set of stories. So 3 employees of the Sangsters International Airport have been slapped with multiple charges after more than 40 pounds of the illicit white drug, we are talking about the white lady, was seized at the St. James-based airport last week. The seizures occurred during a joint operations between the Jamaica Constabulary Force Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division and the Jamaica Customs Agency Contraband Enforcement Team. So the police, they must say, boy, the seizures occurred on Wednesday, December 11th and Saturday, December 14th. According to the JSF, the first operation resulted in 28.5 pounds of the illicit white drug. The drug has an estimated street value of close to 500,000 pounds sterling, or almost 99 million Jamaican dollars. The seizure resulted in the arrest of 5 employees at the airport. 3 were subsequently charged with possession of, dealing in and attempting to export, and conspiracy to export the illicit white drug. So charged are 36-year-old Russian Powell, otherwise known as Romy. Also charged is a 62-year-old man identified as Leroy Jones, otherwise known as Rata. The next person in question is 35 years old O.J. Simpson, otherwise known as Simo. The remaining 2 employees were released pending further investigations. So head of the FNID, that's Superintendent Sam Blake, says that the arrest follows months of extensive investigations. So we're going to hear from Superintendent Sam Blake as he weighs in on this magnificent find. Listen.
The arrest of Leroy Jones et al. At the Sangster International Airport is a culmination of months of dedicated, focused work on a syndicate identified to be facilitating the movements of drugs through the airport. FNID's approach remains simple, working closely with our key partners and focusing on the most impactful individuals and groups, ensuring in the process meaningful support to violence reduction in Jamaica.
The second drug bust occurred just 3 days later, and during that operation, 1 female British citizen was arrested at the airport after 12 pounds of the illicit white drug was discovered in her luggage. She was intercepted during a check-in for an outgoing flight to the United Kingdom. She has since been identified as Shala Solomon Saeed, and she has been charged with possession of taking steps to export the illicit white drug. Superintendent Blake stated that the FNID team remains committed to collaborating with local and international partners to target criminal networks involved in narcotics trafficking. So another decent spot of work again by the squaddy them. Yeah, man. So the next story that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is a really sad one indeed. Contract fatal knockings and clappings is becoming a thing in Jamaica, sadly so. And yesterday, another contract knockings and clappings played out in broad daylight in the busy traffic along Mullines Road in St. Andrew. So this man presently on your screen, a senior manager at the lighting company of Fosrich. his life was taken sometime around 4 p.m. He was traveling in a black sports utility vehicle in the area, and when upon reaching the vicinity of Tarrant Drive, all hell broke loose. He was conned up multiple times in his vehicle by criminal elements riding motorcycles. The man subsequently attempted to drive towards Half a Tree but crashed into a grey Honda Fit motor vehicle before succumbing to his injuries. It is also understood that the criminal elements escaped, leaving behind this motorcycle, which has been seized by the police. It was 2 motorcycles, so the other criminal element jumped on the other one when this one crashed. The incident resulted in a traffic gridlock in the area. So anybody who did a drive in the area about that time they and see a massive traffic built up, that was the cause of it. So my peeps, the video footages received by On The Spot News Media showed the man in his vehicle, and someone seemingly to be his son was trying to hold on to a wound in his chest. He also got one to the side of his cheek, closer to his neck. His son was frantic, begging him to stay alive. Don't give up on life just yet. I may be able to play a small clippings of that horrific video footage so you can see for yourself, but trust me, my peeps, the thing rough. Trust and believe. Watch.
A foot break. How about phone is that? Yes. Like a son. I'm son. Him can only wait. Man shine father. General, don't sleep. Don't make him sleep. Come on, wake up. Him gone. Dead man. Dead man. You listen to the spray time, man? Yeah, man. That's how you put your hand there. Dead man. Dead man. Dead blood clot motherfucker that. Man, get about 50 seconds. You gone, man. That's why you can't really play, man. You gone.
So now, my peeps, after listening to all of what you heard, what's your conclusion to what you heard? You see, my peeps, I have seen this over and over again where it has become common practice for us Jamaicans. Instead of rendering help to the injured, we stand and take pictures, videos, and basically pronounce death upon the injured persons. Not saying that you're not supposed to take pictures or make your videos, but render some assistance or have something positive to say. Can you imagine being in that man's shoes because he didn't lose his life like right away? He was fighting, hanging on to their life by a thread. But can you imagine being in that man's head and the last things you're hearing is your own fellow Jamaicans pronouncing you dead? rather than trying to render some assistance to at least try to save your life. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. We have gotten so climatized to death and destruction that it literally doesn't bother most of us no more because we have seen it so often. And it is so sad that our hearts have become so hardened that we literally have no compassion for not even the innocent person who was slaughtered in the streets by a criminal element. So I, for one, in my peeps, me pick my side and me stay on it. You see, when criminal lose them 3 pints and people out there block road and I go on the most way, you will never hear on the Spot News Media in support of it. Never. Because everybody seemingly pick for them side. So, guess what? May I pick my own and stay on it just the same. Truths, rights, justice, love, compassion. That side of the fence there, may I hang on to for dear life. Yeah, man. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Andrew North Police Division. That's the Constant Spring policing area and surrounding communities. So the St. Andrew North Police have released the names of 7 criminal elements wanted for various offences, to include that of some fatal knockings and clappings. So the first criminal elements has since been identified as Curtis Lewis, 42 years old, him come from 100 Lane off Red Hills Road. The police stated that he's of brown complexion, 5 feet 9 inches tall, slim built and has a straight face and low cut hair. Lewis is wanted in connection with the fatal knockings and clappings of a man identified as Alex Scott. Meanwhile, Demar Gringham, also known as Bully Beef, he was featured on this channel not too long ago. He's wanted in relation to the fatal knockings and clappings of Shemar Martin, otherwise known as Sugar. The police stated that the Red Hills Road resident is of fair complexion and slim built and has a long face. Another criminal element identified as 27-year-old Kemar Graham, an electrician of Arthur Leon Drive in Golden Spring and Boonall District in Upper St. Andrew, is wanted in relation to a fatal knockings and clappings of a man identified as Dean Campbell, otherwise known as Scaly, in the streets. The criminal element Kemar Graham is of dark complexion, about 5 feet 10 inches tall, and sports a haircut that is considered to be unkept sometimes. He has a small face. The police are also seeking a criminal element identified as Arville Denny, otherwise known as Marvin, income from Upper Erie Castle Road in Stone Hill, St. Andrew. He's wanted in connection with the fatal knockings and clappings of a man identified as Jermaine Williams. The next criminal element identified as Orlando Bailey, known as Manafati, is most definitely wanted by the police. He is reportedly looking a bit older than his age, despite him being in his 20s, hence the name Manafati. He's wanted in connection with the fatal knockings and clappings of a man identified as Andre Simpson, otherwise known as Shartman. The police stated that the criminal element known as Manafati is of dark complexion, has an oval face, a scar to the right of his face, and sports a low-cut hairstyle. Sometimes him grow it up and make it uncut, sometimes him bleed, sometimes him black. You don't know how the criminal elements them do it in these times. He's about 5 feet 7 inches tall. A criminal element identified as O'Shane Blackwood, also called Phillips, a 22-year-old phone technician of a Maninzil Road address and also a Lawrence Tavern address, is wanted in relation to the fatal knockings and clappings of a female identified as Shanika Richards. The police have also listed as wanted for larceny, burglary, and other criminal activities a 29-year-old identified as Keran Mason, otherwise known as Piggy. He's of a First Street address in Bellrock, Kingston 11. The police stated that the criminal element identified as Piggy has an oval face, broad nose and slim build, but is about 5 feet 8 inches tall. He is known to frequent the Whitehall Avenue area, Red Hills Road area, and also Meadowbrook in St. Andrew. So anyone with any information that can assist the police in locating any one of these criminal elements are being asked to contact the Constant Spring Police at 876-924-1421 or Crime Stop at 311 or police emergency number at 119. Now, the St. Andrew North Police Division has recorded a 20% increase in fatalities as at December 14th, with a total of 66 fatal knockings and clappings that have been committed when compared to 55 for the corresponding period last year. The knockings and clappings continues. So the last thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Manchester Police Division, where the police have detained several people during an operation in Porus early Thursday morning, that's yesterday. The exact number that was detained was unclear up to news time, but the move comes amid the pursuit of leads in relation to a threat against the Porus police station some weeks ago. The threat followed the police fatal knockings and clappings of this criminal element presently on your screen, identified as Bagalas. Now, it is stated that he was an instrumental factor surrounding the double fatal knockings and clappings at a bar moments before his life was taken. In a statement, the Porus police stated that Porus has been at the center of gang violence in the parish of Manchester in recent weeks. So now we're going to hear from the commanding officer of Manchester, that's Deputy Superintendent of Police, Kerry Duncan, who says his team is active on the ground in pursuit of suspects. Now listen.
Recently there was a threat levied against the police at Porus, and as a JCF we take all threats seriously. We are looking for some persons within the space that we believe are influencing the violence in the space. Some we understand are still here and some have migrated from the space. So I just want to take this opportunity to reach out to the good citizens, the good residents of the greater Porus area to just partner with us, because our effort is really to ensure their own safety and security. What you're seeing here today is an operation primarily in the Porus space, and it is aimed at just reassuring the persons within the space. Going into the Christmas season, I know that there is a concern about commerce and other activities within the space. We have to take a broader look at the safety and security, and as such, we have applied for and been granted to conduct curfews within this space.
So now to you, Superintendent Kerry Duncan, the man in charge of the Manchester Police Division. The residents of Manchester is definitely grateful for what you are doing so far, and they are stating that they have seen an increase of police presence in and around town centres in Manchester. They are also grateful for the police decent spot of work in Spalding's the other day, during which you recovered 4 firearms, an assault rifle and 3 handguns, and also the arrest and charged of 4 criminal elements who were attempting to rob a supermarket. But the people them still worried, Mr. Duncan, because a whole heap of clean clothes madman a walk up and down in a Manchester. And me I go play a video clip from one of such. Because, as you stated earlier, you, a member of the JCF, you take threats serious. So we need to find a clean clothes madman we right now and take him off the streets before him carry out the threat that he threatened to carry out. Now listen.
Yo, every bumbo clock body. I go get sent straight to hell. Everybody in a Mandeville I go get sent straight to hell this a bumbo clock week. Yeah. Remember me telling the son after bumbo clock drop. Every blood clot body I go dead 5 by 5, 10 by blood clot, 10 on the road. Remember me telling you that I go get it. I mean I do it one by one. Every one I go get the same time as when I sit down on the corner. Me I do it with enough people there. Everywhere enough people turn up at that the time they don't get it. Yeah? Think when I get it 1-1? 5 on me I send straight to hell one time. Just suck no matter. Just wait, man.
Yo, you see if you no bumbo clock kill me by the week, yeah. I do a mass shooting in a Mandeville. I kill every blood clot body. If a blood clot kill me, I don't talk. Fuck there. If you kill me, bust up the blood clot jelly. Fuck there.
So there you have it, my peeps. Another classic example of the Jamaican saying, when plant no one dead, it shoot. Yeah, man. But to put fun and joke aside still, we have to take this serious because this brother here threatened to go do a mass fatal knockings and clappings. So Superintendent Kerry Duncan, I hope by the day for done, I can come back on this platform and report to the regular members of Chan Public that that criminal element is presently in the custody of your police. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.